Hi Leute, ich bin Marvin von MT Deutschland. Ich kommentiere mit Franz die Formel Regional Middle East Championship und auch die Formel 4 Middle East Championship. Diesmal kein Rennen, dafür ein Racing Driver und neben mir sitzt Giltaire und er ist Franzose, deswegen switche ich jetzt mal auf Englisch. Evan, thank you very much for your time. Maybe you can introduce yourself first and how are you first at all?
So hello everyone, I'm Evan Giltaire from France, like you said. I'm 18 years old now, and I'm driving for ART Grand Prix in Formula Regional by Alpine and Formula Regional Middle East this year.
Very nice, cool. And yeah, we've got January and off season. How are you preparing yourself for the upcoming main season in Freca?
So I've been prepared a lot for a lot of training with all my surrounder. Yeah, making some sports, mental training and etc. And then yeah, preparing the Europe season with the Formula Regional Middle East, which I'm actually in the lead of the championship. So it's pretty nice to drive and just not chilling like last year I done this. And it's been a long time, when you are doing the winter training in November, and then you cut off the full championship and going back in May. So it's really late. You have 5 months of season, and yeah, to make this championship, it's really good to prepare as much as we can for Europe. So it's good.
Very nice. Maybe we can catch up about this later, and also the maybe the mental side of Formula Regional. Maybe to start off at the beginning, how did you become a racing driver at all? I've seen you've done a lot of karting, and maybe we can start there. How did you become a racing driver?
So first of all, my dad is have a racing team in Fun Cup, the little VW cars, which are doing the 25 hours of Spa. That's Belgian car. So yeah, my dad I've been in race car for a lot of years. Um, and that's why I started motorsport with my uncle and my dad. So I started like this, karting a bit late. At 8 years old, I started with mini kart, and then growing up in French series until my 12 years old when I signed a contract with Saudi Kart back in 2019 for 2 years of developing the kart. Then making some international races, and finishing my karting career with the Las Vegas title at the Super National, winning the Yami World Final, and the French title with PB Kart in France and VDK in Europe. So yeah, I ended up the karting as the best as possible. So it's been really nice.
Very nice. So you came around already pretty early, like driving in Las Vegas. That sounds pretty nice. And how did you improve in karting? So in these days, it's already an expensive sport, but is it also down to the talent still, or did you have coaches to improve yourself, or maybe you can elaborate on that?
So I never had the coaches, to be honest. Some coaches who helped me a lot for nothing. So I wasn't paying these guys, and they have been really grateful and really great with me. So I'm really grateful for them. But my real coach from the beginning was my dad, because we didn't have a lot of money. Like you said, it's an expensive sport, and yeah, I just did alone all my career in karting with my dad, and yeah, that's it.
Really cool. Really cool that you had already the connection to your dad and to the racing. So I think very beneficial for you. Who was the biggest opponent, the toughest opponent in karting? Maybe someone we know from the feeder series from Formula One.
Well, from my generation, I would say Antonelli. I've been driving with him in karting and in Formula Regional. So yeah, it has been tough. He was really really hard guy to beat. He always have been with the greatest material. He's a good driver, also he have a lot of talents, and he's driving a lot. So it's difficult to beat him. But I've done a lot of races with a lot of talents. Also now with Freddy Slater, he's a really good guy, driving a lot also, and really hard to beat. So yeah, those guys are really difficult to beat them. So yeah, there is a lot of name also like Limblad, Kamara, but these two are really the hardest guy I ever raced with. So
Yeah, very nice. But quite looking quite good at the moment with Freddie Slater, but we're coming to that later on. Let's go to single seaters. First year French Formula 4, 7 weekends, 4 pole positions, 21 races, and only 2 out of them you finished out of the points. So with 6 wins, you secured the title in a rookie season. So maybe you can talk us through the season.
yeah, that's been a really difficult season with a lot of up and downs, like for everyone in all season, but especially for this year, it has been really difficult. I started well with the preseason test and the first round at Nogaro, doing the both pole position and winning on my first ever race. So I've been really surprised about my speed and how I manage the tires, etc. My adaptation to the car. So it has been really a good transition between karting and Formula 4, and then having a big rivalry with Enzo, as you know. And yeah, it has been a tough season with up and downs. We had some clashes and some good things. Like at Spa, for me, it has been a good weekend. Ledono and Misano not. And then we came down to Le Castellet. I've been 32 points behind, I think, at the beginning of the weekend, and finishing the championship with 4 points ahead. So yeah, it has been a really good year, and also a good meeting in the Castellet. So yeah, I'm really happy about this championship title, and yeah, it has been a really incredible year.
Really exciting till the last race. As you said, you've gone there to Le Castellet with yeah, being in second place, and you secured the title and won 2 races out of 3. Maybe let's talk about the mental side. How did you approach the weekend, and what was and how did you like put down together the quality and the races you've had there, by having so much pressure also?
Well, the pressure was not so high, to be honest, because it was my first year in French F4, and my rival was his second year in French F4, so he had all to lose, and I had everything to win. So I had not a lot of pressure, to be honest. Just focusing on my races, and just knew that I did a lot of good things in the beginning of the weekend, and the beginning of the year, to be fair. And yeah, the pressure, I did it well. I didn't have at this time a mental coach, but I did it by myself, and I had all my family and my friends around me, so it was nice and pleasant to share this with them. So they helped me a lot, and yeah, I was just cool and yeah, feeling great for the whole year. So it was good.
Very nice. And you said it also your toughest opponent, Enzo Peugeot. Enzo, right? Enzo Peugeot?
Yeah.
Enzo Peugeot. He was on his second year there. And how difficult was the transition for you to go to single seaters and then to race against guys who are in their second year? So I can only imagine that it's super hard. And how did you prepare the step, and how big of a step was it for you?
Well, like I said, the steps was really strange for me. I've been surprised that I was already fast without a lot of tests. but I worked a lot on the data, on the computer with the engineer to improve myself as much as we can. I knew that I didn't had a lot of money to make a lot of tests, so it was really hard with this at the beginning. But I worked hard, and yeah, coming at Nogaro with the both pole position, it was a really good surprise, and I was happy about the pace. So yeah, it was great.
Great stuff, great stuff. And how important is the title for you? Also in terms of opening doors for the next season and also for your whole career, how important was it to secure that title?
Well, the week before, I was not thinking about the title, to be fair. The whole year, I knew that I did a lot of good things. And at the end, I had a lot of problem with the race director and everything. There have been decision which was not really good for me. And so yeah, entering at the weekend of Le Castellet with 32 points, I just wanted to finish the year as best as possible, winning both races and making the best reverse grid as possible. And yeah, the scenario was good for me then, and to lose the title. But anyway, my goal was to finish the year on a high, even if I was second or first in the championship. But after that, I'm really happy, and to have to get this title was a good point to enter into ART Grand Prix, and to all my career. It will help me a lot to know that I won the French F4 by the first year, so as a rookie. So yeah, it helped me a lot for those things.
Just to be curious, was your future already settled there? So did you already know that you're gonna go to Frecker with ART, or was it afterwards?
No, it was afterwards, but I was already in connection with ART and talking about what we were gonna do in the future. So yeah, it was really short because during Le Castellet, I knew that I had some simulators and some training for Zone Vote maybe for the last 2 rounds in Freca. And yeah, already on Monday I was in the sim the day after my title, so I didn't have a lot of time to rest and to celebrate, but it was for a good thing. So yeah, to make those two races with ART at the end of the year, it was very nice.
Very cool, very busy. That's a good transition point to go to Frecker. You made the step up in the next year also with ART, as we already said. How different is the car and how different is the championship, the environment? I mean, you go abroad, really. I mean, in French F4, you also raced, I think, in Spa and some other, uh, but primarily stayed in France. So going into the big circuits, how was the environment in the transition to Frecker?
So the difference with French F4 was that I had some opponents that I knew from karting in international. I stopped this for a year with the French F4. I didn't had the same opponents that I had in karting. So yeah, going back with all these big names, I knew that it was a big challenge for the first year. But I ended did well this 2024 season with seventh place at the end, second rookie. I think we could have done better with some mechanical problem and from some problem from me as a rookie. I did a lot of mistakes, but the car performs well during the whole year with my teammate Alessandro. We did a lot of good things. So yeah, for first year as a rookie, it was a really challenging year, and I'm pretty much happy about the pace that we had and all the works that we gave for the 2025 season. Surely.
What I've just noticed is that on your first race weekend in Tottenham, you won a race. Then in your first F4 weekend, you were performing very well, and also now in from regional Middle East. So, do you think that you can adapt quite quickly to new circumstances? Is that one of your strengths? I would say.
I think so, and yeah, that helped me a lot because I drive a lot of different cars. When I started French F4, I was still driving in karting, so I was always adapting all weekends. So I was going back to karting, then I was going back to F4, karting, F4. So that makes me a lot of differences. Also, I'm driving a bit in the team of my dad in Fun Cup, so it's really different than a single seater. So yeah, that helped me a lot, I think, for the transition with the new cars. Yeah,
Cool. Also
to
good.
adapt on a car that I don't really know. Yeah, it's helped me a lot, sir.
Very nice. And I think we also seen it with Liam Lawson, who was driving at DTM, was performing well, then Super Formula. So I think it's a good trait to have as a racing driver, to be able to get the most out of it very quickly. So I think that's a good point, a good bonus point for you. Looking at your teammate, Alessandro Giusti, he was the year before French F4 champion and is a Williams junior and your teammate in your first FRECA season. How is your relationship towards him? Was it more like I want to beat this guy? I mean, of course you want to beat this guy, but was it also like you can learn from him? So how is that from your perspective?
Yeah, surely you always want to beat your teammate. I think for a driver, it's the most important thing that you have to do is beat your teammate. But I knew that Alessandro was really fast in his first year in Freca. And he was in his second year. I was learning a lot of things. So yeah, at the beginning of the year, I just wanted to improve myself as the best as possible. I knew that the big year was 2025, and yeah, I just learned a lot of him. He had also 2 years in French F4, and I had only once. So yeah, I wanted to make myself as ready as possible and to understand what he was doing good and what I was doing wrong. So it was not really an opponent. It was just a guy who helped me a lot on my progression for this year, and yeah, I'm really happy to had him in teammates.
Super nice. And also from your improving style. So you said already that you are looking a lot of into the data, and I mean, I think also the onboards and stuff. So where are you improving? So when you come home, are you still like rethinking about the races you've done, what you can do better next time, or is it done for the moment and just continuing when it needs to be done at the factory or wherever?
No, sure. When you go back to home, you have to work a lot with the engineer and on yourself, what you can improve and what you have done wrong during the weekend. First of all, you have a report to make to the engineer of the car specific and etc. The balance of the car and everything. And then he's sending you what you think that you were wrong, and then you have to work on each data that you have, improve compared to your teammate, and yeah, trying to make you better and better.
Were there any plans for you at some point to maybe go to F3? And how has the process been with sticking with ART? So is it just like, hey, to the team manager, so how does it look like? Are we going to stay, or how does the process look like?
Well, my first year was pretty nice, like I said in Freca, but I think before growing up in the categories, you have to prove some things, and I think this wasn't enough. Surely, when you won your French F4 title in the first year, you have to step up. But this year in Freca in 2024, I think. The good way was to continue the game in Freca to maybe win the title. I hope so, and yeah, to prove that you can do a lot of podiums, a lot of victory, and then we will see for Formula 3. But if there is good result this year and that I prove that I can go to F3. Surely there is no problem about going in F3 next year. But for now, the big challenge is to win both titles, Formula Regional Middle East and FRECA in Europe, and then we will see what we're gonna do next year.
Nice. That sounds like a plan. You are Formula 4 champion, second best rookie in FRECA, in a very competitive field. So I'm just wondering, what else do you have to put on the table to be attracted by an F1 academy? So have you had any contacts to any academy yet, or are they still not looking at you? Or can you give us a little insight, maybe?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I had a little bit of contacts, but not enough to get an academy. Surely, I'm open to all the doors. Yeah, all academies are open to me, and yeah, I hope that I will get an academy really soon. I think I can. I have the potential and the speed to get an academy and to go to Formula 3 and Formula 2. But yeah, we will see. I'm waiting for it, and yeah, the door is open.
Very good. I hope for it. But it's looking very good when I look at your results. Recently, Macau Grand Prix. You've also visited Macau for the legendary Grand Prix, P9 in quali and also in the quali race. And then, yeah, unfortunate DNF in the race. How would you sum up the weekends and also the experience of being in Macau?
Well, Macau was an unbelievable experience, to be fair. Just driving in the streets. I've been doing this at Po, the year in French F4. We make the street race, so I knew how it was. I think it's harder than Monaco because it's really tight. You have a lot of bumps and it's going really fast. So you have to adapt really fast because you have only 2 free practice before the qualifying. So yeah, it's really
And I
impressive.
mean, and I mean, they were also like wet, wasn't it? Wet in
Yeah, sure.
training.
We
Crazy,
didn't
crazy
we
stuff.
didn't we didn't drive in the dry before qualifying.
And
That
then
was
straight off qualifying. And I mean, we've seen so many good drivers hitting the wall and clipping the wall and whatever. So yeah, very, very tough conditions.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hit twice the wall also, but not from my side. I've hit twice James Wharton, my teammate, who
I've seen
crashed
it,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, who crashes in front of me, so I had not really a lot of chance. But yeah, I mean it's Macau, so you cannot do anything. When you look at the Prema, which is Dino Beganovic and his teammate were had a big crash in qualifying, and they cannot do anything about this. So yeah, it's Macau. You have to pay attention to get a good gap, and unfortunately we didn't. So in qualifying we ended up in 9th position, so it was not so bad, but I could have done better. Surely the speed was there for a top 5 or maybe for a top 3, but it is like it is. In qualifying race, I did some good things, but then at the end we had the rain in the mid session, so I locked up in T3 the first real corner. Go straight when I was in P7, so ended up in 10. And then for the main races, well, we started with a safety car start, making a running outside move into T2 flat out. So it was really impressive. And then crashing again with James. So yeah, no luck at all, but really happy about my performance and the speed that we had. If we get back to Macau, I know what I have to improve and to not make those mistakes again. And yeah, trying to get the best result as possible.
Really nice. Did James apologize for the two hits?
Yeah, sure.
Very great.
I'm still in good relationship with him. Yeah, and I'm super friend with him, and yeah, he apologized, and yeah, that's racing. He didn't have to apologize. It was I was close to him, so it's my problem.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah. Next time you gotta be ahead of him, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Great. Okay, let's move forward to the current season in Formula Regional Middle East Championship. Why did you choose the Formula Regional Middle East Championship? I mean, there's also one in New Zealand, I think. And is it only because of preparation for FRECA, or is it also in terms of super license points, or is it also to present yourself in such a competitive field?
Well, ART has never done the Formula Regional Middle East before. They didn't wanted to make it at the beginning. But this year, as Macau has been changed for Formula Regional cars, they had to buy the car and to make them driving in Macau. So they had the car this year, and they wanted to make the races in Formula Regional Middle East. It's the same engine as Macau, the same car as Macau. So yeah, it was a nice one to go in Formula Regional and to enter into this championship. There is a good how do you say? There is a lot of good drivers into it. You can improve yourself a lot. There is some good tracks like Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Qatar. So you can work a lot on high temperatures and yeah, just improving yourself. In terms of super license point, I'm not looking really at it for the moment. I have time to get some points. And yeah, it's not really my goal for now. As I heard from Arvid Lindblad is trying to get his super license points with the Oceanian Championship. For my side, it's not the goal for the moment. I'm just trying to win those two championships and to improve myself as a driver to step up after.
Nice. You said that the car is identical to Macau and the engine. So is the Formula Regional Middle East Championship car different to the FRECA car?
Yeah, it's different. There is a different engine. So in France, it's in Europe. Sorry, it's Alpine engine.
Hmm.
In Formula Regional Middle East and at the Macau Grand Prix, it was the Alfa Romeo engine with a different kit of aerodynamics. But there is not a lot of big things, except the GT tires and the Alfa Romeo engine. There is not a lot of things that makes different the car. It's pretty much the same car.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
still
not a huge difference.
yeah, still the same monocoque front Tatus, so it's pretty much the same.
First two rounds are done. So we're talking in front of or before the third weekend. P1 at the moment, so pretty crazy races. Maybe you can take us through what made you so strong in the beginning, and are you satisfied also with the result? And I'm super curious what happened with the second race in the second round where you did not start.
Well, so we are really happy about the beginning of the season. We've never came before compared to the other team. It's our first time in Formula Regional Middle East, so with ART and all my team, with my teammates, my Japanese teammates, we are really happy about the pace that we have. Um, then the first meeting was a bit harder. We struggled a bit with the degradation of the tires. But then in race three it was not so bad. We were close to the P1 and we ended up with two podiums, P3 and P2. So it was pretty much a good way to start the season. And then for the corkscrew round in run two, because we used the different track, cutting a bit in sector three. So yeah, I'm really happy about our performance again. We worked a lot on the degradation and it was much better. On race one, I had no deg at all, and we won it on the best way as possible, overtaking the P1 and going alone in first position. Also with my teammate Taito, he finished on third position as a rookie, so it's really nice. And then on the reverse grid, like you said, yeah, I had a clutch issues. This is why we didn't make the start at all. I'm going on to the grid into the install lap, and saw that I had a problem, so we didn't want it to get a big problem on the grid and to stall, and maybe get more problem with this, because when you stall
Mm.
on the grid, you can be hurt by someone, and that cost us the race tree, because there was only 3 hours between the both races. So yeah, we didn't want it to make a big problem, and we just retired the car for the start, making sure that all the cars were good for race 3, and then yeah, starting on pole for race 3 and winning it again in the second round. So yeah, we are really happy about our second round, exiting the championship in the lead by 12 points, I think. So yeah, we are confident for Dubai and for the two next races, and yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Very nice, and also very unfortunate for the second race, but still you got the revenge on in race 3. So very nice and cool to see that it still worked out. How are you preparing for the upcoming weeks? We still have 3 rounds, I think, left, and you're back in France, so you're not staying in this kind of area there in UAE. So you came back, and how are you preparing yourself to be also at the top in Dubai?
Yeah, I'm still preparing myself. Like I said, in sports, mentally, I'm trying to rest a bit with my family. Think about something else than racing. It helped a lot. And then yeah, like I said, also the simulator at the workshop of ART. I'm going on Friday to work with my teammates and prepare for Dubai, because we already done Abu Dhabi before, so we are gonna work a lot of Dubai, and yeah, prepare as much as we can for these meetings.
Nice. And maybe to sum up and also to look at the general picture, who does support you? So do you have like a personal coach in terms of racing? Do you have a physio? Do you have a mental coach? What do you have there
So
to help you?
I had a mental and sport coach before in 2024, but this year I will be alone with my team. I think it's the best solution for me. I didn't have a physio or something, and yeah, for me it's the best way to continue like this. I'm feeling really great alone. With only my engineer, my mechanics, and all just my team, and yeah, I'm going for on this way for 2025.
Very nice. So, I also had some questions about your future, but I think you summed it up very well. Looking towards the title in 2025, and I wish you nothing but the best for both championships. And then I would say I have no questions left. Thank you very much, Evan, for your time and also your super nice answers and interesting answers. So yeah, guys, I'm switching to German again.
Sure.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Ich hoffe, euch hat's gefallen. Lasst gerne mal ein Like und ein Abo da. Hier, wenn wir auch die nächsten Runden übertragen in Dubai, Katar und Abu Dhabi. Genau, seid da gespannt und ich bin's auf jeden Fall. Ich werde auch mit dabei sein, deswegen schaltet gern ein und würde sagen, ciao, ciao and adieu.
Thank you.